So obviously the kicking game is going to be really important, as you mentioned. How do you see that going today? Obviously Cardiff have Oscar van der Winter coming back in at 10. How do you see that selection affecting the way they kick and the way they play today?
So I think actually the choice of Oscar being in at 10 is a better choice considering these conditions, because he's not a big kicker, he's not, doesn't like to do it from hand too much. So I think if we can play as much as we can from hands, then that's how we'll, benefit from this game. But I think both teams will take the approach of keeping it in hand and trying not to kick too much, because it will go anywhere, I think.
Yeah, and what do you think is key for Cardiff today in terms of winning this game? Obviously Loughborough come in as overwhelming favourites, they're 23 points ahead of them in the league table, they're looking to secure that playoff spot for the end of the season. What sort of key do you think there is for Cardiff to get one over on Loughborough today?
I think it will be, as I've said in past games as well, it's a mental thing massively. But I think last week Cardiff were up against Hartford and then conceded 30 points. And I think it's just continuing momentum, getting some momentum to begin with, and then just carrying it forward, keeping it going. And I think if, as momentum happens with these games, if you as I say, weather is such a big impact on this game today that it could go either way and it could be anyone's.
And how important is this game for Cardiff in their season? The second semester here, obviously, with lots of games coming towards the sort of crunch end of the season, and Cardiff set 2 points, the 10th place Swansea. It's really, really tight down there too.
It's massive. I mean, it's a three-way battle at the bottom of the table between ourselves, University of Nottingham and Swansea. But I mean, Loughborough have got all the play for us. They've got Exeter, who are quite a few points ahead of them. I mean, they dropped from second to I think in the table. So they'll be wanting to prove that they can, that they are the bosses of this league, because they've won it so many times and they've got such gravitas behind them that it's one that the team in 9th, 8th place it's one they can't lose. But as I say, come back to the weather today. When you've got such dependable variables like this, it could go either way. And Loughborough will be so attacking and so physical up front. But at the end of the day, it's how you play on the game.
Well, it's a must-win for both sides here at a very, very windy Llanrumney, and you can see us at half-time here. The teams are about to come out behind me, and it's a huge crunch game here at Llanrumney. Thank you very much. These conditions are no joke at all. Look, he's arrived. He's doing a bit of racing there, so he's arrived. Half-time score is 5-5. And John, what do you make of that first half? Obviously, a lot of chances were scored.
Tumultuous, shambolic. I mean, there's a lot of things you could say about this game, but it's horizontal rain right now. I mean, Loughborough probably should have scored. It probably should be about 21-5 at the minute, but it's 5-all, and it really could go either way. As I said at the start of the game, this weather is taking such a toll on the players.
Yeah, look, what you turned up there. What do you make of Cardiff's performance in the first half?
Big hits going on. I think tackle-wise, Cardiff are actually getting a bit dominant. It's good to see. I think that in conditions like this, you've got to play to conditions. You've got to go back to the basics, and handling errors are always going to happen. Football is almost untactable. But just playing a bit of typical rugby and trying to push forward maybe the harder way might be the better route rather than just kicking.
Yeah. It has been absolutely, honestly, the conditions out here, you probably got to tell us, you maybe can't pick up on camera, it's awful out here. Going into the second half, obviously 5-5, we've got a chance to get victory here, if we could just take our chances, hold them out the other end. What do you think is going to be the key second half?
I think the key thing is again the weather. I mean, Cardiff will be playing with the wind against them, so that'll be a big thing. I mean, not that either team have kicked too much, but I think just it'll feel like more of an uphill battle.
Yeah, you're talking about it's about stamina and what type maybe not kicking too much.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no one should be kicking. You know, it's sideways, it's left, right, ball. You know, it's in every direction right now. So you know, keep it in hand, keep it short, like you say, keep it tight, and you know, you potentially could go on and score. But I really wouldn't also be surprised if it stayed at 5-all.
I'm going to say 12-5. I don't know which team's going to win, but I think one try has to be scored. Yeah.
Well, let's hope for our sake Luke is right here and that Cardiff can pick up the victory here.